Welcome to IMHO.
In my homosexual opinion.
I'm Darby.
And I'm Alexis P. Bevels. The P today stands for Pigeon Harcourt. This woman called today at work, and the caller ID said Pigeon Harcourt. And I thought, what a fabulous name.
That's her actual name. You can't say that on the show.
The name was something different, but the first name was I have to say Pigeon.
Oh, Pigeon.
But the surname was like Barcard or Harcourt or
Barcode.
It was fun, and I wanted to talk to her,
but she's only cooed. She didn't speak English.
Yeah.
Well, that's exciting. I'm glad you filled me in on that.
Yeah.
Can I give you a life update?
I would love a life update. I feel like I haven't. You know what?
Yeah.
We had a crazy week last week because we did the queer teas, and then
you threw your back out,
and then I threw my back out technically before the queer teas, and then we
talked about it for days after. No, because you should have, because that's terrible.
And then your brother came. Is this your life update?
Yeah, my brother came in town.
Oh, your twin.
My twin brother and his wife, Angela.
It was so fun. We had a game night. We played games. And
We did. We had so much
fun.
Don't give too much detail.
I won't, but it was really funny because Grant would do something, and I'd be like, Darby does that.
Oh, my God, we talked about that last night. So they left this morning at time of filming. So last night we took them to the pasta place that flies in the pasta from Italy every day.
There's flies in the pasta?
And he was like, I had so much fun at the game night. Alexis made me laugh. He doesn't know that we say laugh, unfortunately. Alexis made me laugh because every time like you and I would say something at the same time or we'd have a similar reaction, he was like, to no one, Alexis would just go, oh! Like that. I was like, she takes such pleasure in such small things.
Twins.
So
you're a miracle.
Thank you. And I always say it. I've always said it.
Yeah.
Can I say, though, what I forget, because my brother and I are never together, I forget that we are an anomaly out in the world. When we're walking around, we look very much alike. And we're tall. We both wear hats, even though he started taking the hair medication a few years ago. So he has all of his hair, by the way. I'm the twin who didn't take the medication, and now I don't have hair. And
you do have hair.
No, I do. I know. And I started the pills. Better late than never. And I got boner pills. It's fine. I'll tell you about that later.
Hey! Sorry to interrupt. God. It's Alexis.
And Darbo. Hi.
Hi. We just have an important message to relay to you. But first, Darby, I want to thank you so much for giving me a ride here. I think I'm going to take an Uber home if that's okay. If you just want to Venmo me for the Uber.
Wait, why?
Well, I don't want to do this in front of everyone, but...
Well, they're already here.
Your car smells.
Damn it. I knew it. I was worried that my nose went blind and I couldn't smell my own smells. Any smell.
No, if only you had something to kind of like freshen up the air in your car.
Oh my God, I do. Thanks to Drift!
What?
Yes! Okay, so you use Scentbird already. You use Scentbird all the time.
Yeah.
I am a Drift girly. Scentbird makes your body smell good, okay? And I appreciate that. I really do. Skin. But Drift is something that makes your car smell good. And listen, we leave stuff in our car all the time. If you had a car, there'd probably be what?
Oh my
Trash?
God. So many Taco Bell bags with garbage in it.
Absolute garbage. So it's nice to get into your car and feel like,
am I outside again?
That's it. Oh, I scratched you. I'm so sorry. You smell too good. Drift is a monthly subscription service that will send you a little, I like to call them wooden business cards. And it comes with a clip as well. And it's magnetized, okay? So all you gotta do is you go, smells good. And you put it in your car.
And then you put it on your window screen or whatever?
You put it on your... And it goes down and you go...
Oh my God. And it's so small too.
Right?
It's not big and clunky like all those other air fresheners.
I promise you, if you touch a lot, your fingers will smell like amber all day.
Oh my God.
So good. This month they sent me amber, and not the girl. She and I aren't getting along.
I was gonna say, I knew an amber and she did not smell like this.
Name one amber that smells good. Quickly. You can't.
Amber ale.
But let's say that amber is not your smell. Maybe your name is Amber and you just know... I don't smell good. And you want something else. Drift is very customizable. So if you like one scent that you want to stick with, or if you're not enjoying the scent of the month that they send, they change their scents with season. Okay. And they send you a new one. And if you don't want the scent of the month, guess what? You don't have to have the scent of the month. It is really fun when Curtis drives to work. He'll text me and be like, did you put something new in the car? And I'm like, baby, Drift. So if you want to be like my beautiful husband, surprised with his nose, all you have to do is use code THESHOW at drift.co and you get 55% off. your first month.
That is more than half off.
Wait, how did you know that?
It's the magic of Drift.
Drift made you good at math?
Yeah!
Oh my god, maybe you could finish college after all.
No.
Thank you again, Drift, for sponsoring today's video, and get your drift on.
Drift!
Good. We were going to I don't know if you've heard of this, the Hollywood Walk of Fame. Celebrities have stars instead of sidewalk. We ended up parking.
You know they gotta pay for those?
Yeah, a lot. Judy Garland has 2. One of hers is in front of the Guinness Book of World Records facing Arnold Schwarzenegger. We ended up parking next to World of Wonder because it's close enough to like Grauman's and everything that it's a decent walk. Plus I wanted to show them that because I had introduced them to Drag Race. Unfortunately, it was this week's US Drag Race, so it wasn't a great one to introduce to. No, girls, you did great. Episode not great. But I was like, oh, look how close we are, you know. Isn't it neat? Like, Hollywood is happening all around us. And we ended up parking in front of a film set, like right across the street. There was some TV show filming.
Chicago Fire.
You know, as soon as you said that, I thought, that can't be right. We live in LA. But you know what Hollywood is? A lie. We live very close to where they filmed Will and Grace. I've never thought I was in New York. I go outside. Do I see pigeons? No, I see crows. Crows are one of the smartest animals in the world. And it doesn't matter.
They're huge.
They're humongous.
Nobody tells you that.
But it's because their brains are big.
They're
they can
the
talk.
size of a
Crows can
turkey.
talk. They can talk in sentences.
Did you see the preview to the new movie The Crow, starring Bill Skarsgård?
No, thank you. So we start to walk, and they're shooting inside of some, club or something. So production assistant's like, excuse me, ladies and gentlemen, will you please cross the street? Like, he was really happy to be there, and I was happy for him. And my brother was like, holy shit, that was Bosch. From Bosch. And I was like, oh, I didn't watch the show. And he was like, yeah, the guy from Bosch. That was Bosch. And he looked at us. He did the twin look, where he looked at you, and then he looked at me, and then he kind of, like a cartoon, went, and then he looked at you again, and then he looked at me again. Bosch looked at us. Bitch, can I tell you? I so desperately wanted them to be impressed by our life out here that everywhere we went, there were multiple times where Grant or Angela would be like, what are you looking at? Because every time we sat down anywhere, I'm scanning. Can I just get one person from The Bachelor to just walk out? Can I just have some celebrity just wander by?
Pilot Pete.
So having Bosch from Bosch on the set of Bosch.
You know what?
Stare at us. I won. Big.
You doubled, but you made Bosch double back on himself. You Boshed Bosch.
I didn't mean to bash Bosch, but I think I really did fuck with his mind.
That's really fun.
I know. Watch Bosch, now on Amazon Prime, right?
Should we watch Bosch?
No, Listen, I've got so much on my plate.
We're gonna
medicine.
I think Drag Race is gonna slow down soon, and we could do Bosch in between seasons.
This is a really good chance for us to talk to y'all about this. We've been thinking about this for a while. We're gonna shift completely to Bosch.
Yeah.
He looked at us. So, anyway.
That's fun.
Love him.
He has a thing with twins. I never mentioned because...
He's well known for it. Bosch loves both. Bottoms. We were gone last week, so we are back for a double episode.
This is a double
UK.
Toil and Trouble, and we're actually starting with 7.
Say that.
Why?
Grant and Angela, while they're no longer in the church, I think it's too early to bring up witchcraft.
That was Shakespeare, what I just brought up.
That's witchcraft. So.
More like wordcraft. They're doing a spoof on 6, and then the runway is getting to glow up.
You're including too many details at this point. Can you just stick to verbs?
It was really lovely getting to hear about Tia Coffee and her trauma talk with her mom. She talked about her mom died.
That's so sad.
It was really sad.
Oh, bless her heart.
My heart went out to Tia.
I love when people talk about the people they've lost. I think that is such a respectful thing to give her mom
a moment,
an acknowledgement, a moment, because that's how they always live on with you, through the memories, through the happy memories.
Yeah.
We did end up going to a restaurant, which was one of the last meals of Curtis's dad. And my sister-in-law is a very kind person, and she's very sensitive. So I leaned over to her as we were eating, and I said, this was one of his last meals, and we had to come back here because you wanted to try
it. Where was it?
Well, though.
I never tried.
Bitch, it's great pasta.
Cool.
I would say it's to die for, but... Anyway, it made her really uncomfortable, and then that was fun. Okay. They did have the library, but it's not worth talking about, except for Hannah said to Marina, one day you'll grow enough mouth for those teeth.
That was funny.
That's funny.
That's funny.
That's funny.
I will say I liked Tia's reads because they were all
Punny.
like, they were punny, but also like, they weren't exactly reads. They were just like,
Little punny moments.
it was like little clever, silly.
I also love when Gothy did okay and everyone's like cheering her on. They're like, yes, Gothy.
Yeah, it was.
Good job, Gothy.
This whole
was
episode, it was very clear that like,
She was at the end.
Gothy needs to.
Yeah.
They want her around more than she wants to keep herself around.
And that's good to know about yourself. When you're ready to give up, go. Alexis, I'm talking to you.
I have been ready.
Okay. My new co-host is my twin brother. He'll be back next week.
There have never been twin drag queens.
Never. And I don't listen.
I think that would be so cool.
I would love for me and Grant to be the first twin drag queens on Drag Race.
Okay, Darby
Yeah.
and
Spice. I think it works. I think it works.
Is that funny?
I think it works.
Well, my Uncle Darby's wife's name is Kathy, so Grant could be Kathy.
I thought her name was Debbie. Who's Debbie? That's your mom.
My mom is
Brenda.
Debbie.
Who's Brenda?
Oh, her name is Brenda.
You don't know her name.
Oh, she's a bad person.
I know,
she's got
but you
Trump
should
in her veins.
Listen,
and
you
stuff.
have to know who your enemies are. You
Yeah.
keep your enemies close.
And your
That's all.
Brenda's closer.
No, I keep you pretty close. They're doing a Rusical, and it is 7, which is you said
Did
it.
you ever see
But-
6?
No,
Me neither. I'm really sad that
but I
I
know
haven't.
all of the songs.
I have listened to it, and I love that. Oh, I love that one, The Heart of Stone.
I love Heart of Stone, but I love what's her name?
Yes, Mueller. Abby Mueller.
I love the Mueller.
Abby
I love the
Mueller.
The Muellers are such a talented family. My husband did a show with the brother.
I sat by him at a wedding.
He's so nice.
He's so nice and hot, and he
And
was
talented
not into
as
me.
fuck.
Yeah.
I'm not. That's fine.
Oh wait,
He
but
doesn't
I'm a
have to
girl
be.
now. Maybe he would be into me now.
I think he's married.
No.
The thing I liked about this Rusical is it's live singing. We're in the UK. That's
Yeah.
where they do it. So they have to write a verse and sing it live. Let's just go ahead and go through the runways and we'll talk about their performances as we go.
I would love that, Darby.
The runway is when I glow up. So they take an old look they did on their season and they make it better.
Yeah.
Or in some cases, they make it kind of the
The
same.
same.
Up first, we had Tia Coffee. Now, she took her pterodactyl from her season.
She's a pterodactyl.
So good.
It was cool.
The
I loved
hair,
it.
everything.
The hair was my favorite part because it was so sculptured and amazing.
I do want to just say out loud, okay? I want this on record. We are seeing a lot of long sleeve, long leg bodysuits.
Yeah.
Love your body, love the skin you're in, but maybe show a little bit of that skin.
Speaking of bodysuits, what do you think about Naisha Lopez's comments? So we'll save it for the Patreon, maybe?
Let's talk about it on Patreon.
Okay.
I think, let's talk about Patreon. Okay. Speaking of Twitter, Dipper, Big Dipper, no comment. I loved reading the comments. And you know what? I don't want to go. Anyway, love is love. Her performance, she looked incredible.
I thought she did great.
I thought she was pretty good. I liked how she planted herself. It was clear that she had talked to the choreographer like, I don't do much. Listen, play to your strengths. Her strengths, standing still. I love that about her.
Oh, next is Scarlet Envy.
This rocked my world.
Yeah, this was really
rocked
good.
my
This was
world.
really good, and I forgot how bad the original was.
The original was just a piece of fabric and some hopes.
Well, because that was a design challenge. Cool.
And I gotta say, her verse, I thought she was great.
I did that. I thought she was good
I thought
too.
she was great. I do feel like she's getting a little undersold on this show.
Mm.
And I gotta say, I'm part of the problem. I didn't expect a lot from her either. But I think she's doing really well.
I gotta say, I watched this last night.
Okay.
I don't remember most of it.
That's the first step to recovery, admitting that you have a problem.
Thank you. This is full of gin. Can I tell you something?
Yeah.
This happened at work today, yesterday. A man came in. We had an interaction. He asked about something. I helped him as much as I could.
Hot.
No, just a normal interaction.
Oh.
Then he was like, do you drink? And I was like, oh, well, sir, it's 10 in the morning, but yes. And he's like, I just need to get rid of this. And he pulls out a tall boy of gin and tonic It's a can, and it's sealed. It's closed. He's like, I just did a shoot with someone and something, and I've had this in my pocket. I don't want it. Do you want it? I was like looking at the camera, making sure they see. I like put it in the trash. I'm not gonna drink that.
First of all, a canned gin and tonic, that's a cry for help. Secondly, a canned gin and tonic handed to you from a stranger's pocket, that's a rock bottom.
And it was sticky.
It was sticky?
The can
Okay, now I'm back on board.
was sticky.
Maybe
but I was also like,
you judged
I
too
mean, he
quickly.
was very nice. He was very nice. And I believe it was just a gin and tonic. But also it was like, I'm at work. I can't drink this.
You're miserable at work. So maybe he was doing you a favor.
Oh, they don't want to see me on G&T.
Then we have Hannah.
Hannah Condor. She was doing like belts and stuff.
I get why she wanted to do more because it is a really simple look, but I gotta admit I loved the original look.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I did, but this is really cool.
I didn't mind the second one.
No, and I love Rosie O'Donnell.
I thought she did good in the show.
I loved her verse. I love how she made
Yeah.
fun of herself that she couldn't sing. I love that her big note that she's holding is really just her screaming. I did not understand why the judges weren't going up for it as I was. I was loving it. I thought this was... Possibly.
Mm-hmm.
I had my brother and sister-in-law try gummies while they were here. My brother did get very high, and he's like, I just feel like everything pauses for a few seconds, and then I lose it. And I was like, yeah, that's how you know you're high, because, like, you're really confused, right? And he's like, yeah, I'm really fucking confused. And I was like, welcome. Welcome. My sister-in-law fell asleep. Then we have Gothy Kendall, and she is redoing her Queen Elizabeth. I want to hear your thoughts.
I think the dress is beautiful, but I think it's far too simple and it's not a glow up.
It's so boring. And you're a drag queen
Yeah.
being the queen, and you dressed the least drag queen. I don't know.
Yeah.
She looks gorgeous, but I just don't get it. Then, okay, I agree with the judges. I couldn't take my eyes off of her during the song because
she was
always laughing because
Yeah.
she did not know the choreography.
She was always a full beat behind or
her
ahead.
Yep, her head is turned the entire time. She is watching everyone.
She's watching everyone else.
At one point, she even kind of puts her hand over her mouth to laugh. What a great way to go out, Gothy.
What a great
that
way
just
to go
put me
out.
on her side
And what
even
a great
more.
way to live your life. To just kind of be looking around laughing and enjoying the moment, whether it's appropriate or like what, no matter the outcome. And then, you know.
Well, there are certain things that I think you should have an active role in. You know, if you are seeing someone be heard.
Oh, she's active. Have you seen her Twitter?
No.
Cock.
Oh, it's big, right?
I think so, but she's
Happy
so little,
for
so
her.
it's
proportions. I wrote like a note for everyone's performance, and hers just says, bless her heart. Okay, then we had Marina. She was redoing her Terno look. Terno.
Which was their first look. This is just
outrageous.
Incredible.
Yeah.
The way that they were going
She's
up
milkfish.
for her turn.
Every single judge at one point said, wow, out loud. Like RuPaul said, wow.
And she's added to the club of
being so boring.
I'm so sorry. And she is added to the club of you were born for drag.
RuPaul
You know, I think,
saying you were born to do drag.
I think RuPaul.
That's a club.
I think RuPaul will say that to you.
We'll say what?
You were born to do drag.
And I think what she'll say to you is, how'd you get in here? Security! Trans rights. Her performance. I just wrote obvi incredible.
Yeah, literally perfect.
Look at her thighs.
Yeah.
They do something to me. All right, then we had Theresa May. Now, she took what she said at the time the judges hated, which was her little, like, cowboy look. And she made it better. But I think she made it worse. Love Theresa. Again, one of my favorite social media follows. She's hilarious. But what is this?
Okay, here's what I'm thinking.
I want to know.
You know when artists want to try a different medium, so they do felt? And they do, like, they put all their felt shapes together and they think it's something. And then all their friends come to the gallery at the show and they kind of look at it and then they sit them down afterwards and say, Colby.
You came up with that name a little too quickly.
I mean, Colby. Colby.
Yeah.
These are just shapes.
Right. Not everything is art.
I'm happy you're having fun.
Can I tell you, you know how your phone will be like, 5 years ago, here were your pictures. What is that called? Throwback. My phone recommended this like screenshot from years ago.
Oh no.
And it was a Facebook prompt or message or what do you call it? Status. Oh my God, it's been so long. It was a Facebook status that I guess at the time I was so impressed with myself by that I took a screenshot of it. And now I read it and I'm horrified. Basically, I'm talking about, I'm talking about my art. I'm talking about my drag as my art. Darby, come on. This isn't art. This is a cry for help.
Well,
I was
drag
so
is
impressed.
art. Sometimes
but not what I
drag
do.
is art,
But not what
art
I
is
do.
subjective.
Not what
we're
I
not
do.
here to judge your drag as it pertains to drag. We're here to judge your drag as it pertains to does
us.
it make us laugh?
And that did make me laugh.
It did make
I have
you
to say,
laugh.
I did laugh. Her verse, I just wrote not for me.
Not for me.
Then we had La Grande Dame doing her condom look.
She was in
Loved it.
it made
Sorry.
me yawn.
Y'all don't know this about Alexis,
It made
but when
me
she
yawn.
gets really horny, the
When I
first
get
thing she do,
so excited,
she yawns so that her throat stretches.
When I see a condom, I
You haven't used a condom in
immediately
years.
yawn.
Shut up.
You're right.
I love this look. It's so funny. She's so stupid.
I love it too. I love it too.
Her verse, I actually really like. She
I did like.
She did do the whole like, like, you know, when she does like, France. She was kind of in that mode the whole time, which is.
I feel like that's how she talks. I feel like that's where she
funny.
lives
It's
normally,
funny.
and it's very funny because
It's funny because she's such a model.
Yeah.
But then her voice is, you know what it was giving me? She reminded me so much of Naomi Carter because Naomi Carter was this gorgeous woman, and then when she opened her mouth, she's like, all right, bruv, you want to go? What do they do over? Do you want to be England? I don't know. The top two is Marina and Tia.
Yeah.
Which is understandable. Again, I thought Scarlett did great. I think I would have put Scarlett up there. Or even Hannah.
Yeah, Hannah hasn't
just-
really been at the top
I love
yet.
Tia. I do. And I loved her runway. But her performance, I don't think, was as electrifying or as polished as Scarlett's. Or as funny as Hannah's.
Yeah.
So I would have put one of them up there. But it doesn't matter what I think.
No, it doesn't.
And then the bottom two are Gothy and Teresa. No one is surprised by that. They do a lip sync. Tia, she did the best she could. Listen, if Tia's gonna do something, it's the best she can.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, she was up against Marina. There's no fucking way.
Yeah.
So Marina wins.
Marina decides she's gonna pull out the lipstick, and the name of
She
the
decides
lipstick,
she's gonna do it.
and the name on the lipstick is actually the name of Gothy Kendall. And Gothy has a really good attitude about it. I think we all saw this coming.
No, we didn't see it coming. We didn't see her making it this far.
Yeah, that's true.
Truly,
That's true.
I think she was just happy to be there at that point. Although I will say this episode, at some point in the episode, I think at the beginning of the episode, she said something about that she was stiff competition, or like, I think of myself as competition. Okay.
I mean, she's stiff on the runway.
Think whatever you want. Right. Right. That was the end of that episode.
That was such a fun episode. We're
really
gonna
fun.
go to this week's. Last week's episode, which is
a little less
all
fun.
about dancing. It's about dancing, and it's the
Strictly
return.
Come Prancing.
It's the return.
Strictly
of,
Come Prancing.
of half drag, which we saw in season 7, if you remember.
Oh God, that was
Of
a dark
American.
day. That was a dark
Yeah,
day.
yeah.
We do Strictly Come Prancing. They do it to the song Queendom by RuPaul. I have to admit, I'd never heard it, and I loved it.
Oh, I did like that song.
I loved it.
I did like the song. I loved the Strictly Come girl and the choreographer and
Are
her
you a
hot
Dancing
husband.
with the Stars person?
No.
Me neither. I just don't find joy in it.
I like the clips. I watch all the clips. I
s-
watch most the clips.
I tell people I watch the clips. And I go, oh yeah, I loved her. I lie a lot. I really enjoyed how it wasn't just you go, now this couple goes, now this couple goes.
It was like
a
a whole
full
song.
song.
Yeah, it was
so
like
they
a-
all did like group dances together, and then they got their little spotlight moments. I was thoroughly entertained by
I was
this.
entertained, although I have to say, I personally don't believe that male drag should be on the show. I think that
Oh
male
my
drag,
God.
even if it's
Naisha, stop. Oh, and I loved that Marina won the mini challenge,
and
so she
she-
got to pick the partners, and she was like, I'm doing it by height. Listen, it's just by height.
and then I love that Tia was like, well, now wait a minute. And then I love that La Grande Dame was like, she thinks I can't dance. Well, I think she can't dance either.
Yes, neither of them can dance.
That was
is
a
very
funny.
true.
That was a funny.
I think that Tia has gotten better, but I also think
You know
Maybe
what she's
Tia
you know
should-
what she's good at? TV, because she, instead of being like, I don't want to be paired with the Grand Dame, she was like, well, what if we have to lift? Like, we're so tall. Tia could be a good housewife.
I think she's a perfect reality TV weapon, and I'll tell you why. Because she's charming as fuck, so you're automatically kind of rooting for her. She's really funny, and she's good enough at what she does that she's still sort of down to earth and relatable. She seems within reach.
And she's a narratress.
And she's a narrator. So waitress. And she brings food. She brings tea.
she brings tea or coffee.
But she's really good at TV.
She's really good at TV. I'm so glad she's back.
Marina and Hannah, which I love.
Adorable.
Listen, Marina obviously is great, but Hannah held her own.
Well, yeah, Hannah's family used to dance competitively.
Okay, but if I said my family dances competitively, does that mean I can dance?
Osmosis.
My dad? No, he's done some really bad stuff.
Do you know what I figured out?
What?
Forrest Gump voice.
Problematic.
Moira Rose voice.
Oh, yeah.
Is just Forrest Gump voice.
Yeah.
They're the same but in different registers. So like life is like a box of chocolates.
David.
Life is like a
David.
box of chocolates.
David. Okay, problematic, but true.
Why is it problematic?
Because he doesn't have a cognitive disability and he just kind of doesn't feel great. Then we had Scarlett and Teresa. Bless Teresa's heart. And bless Scarlett's heart for having to work so hard.
I thought Scarlett, yeah.
I thought Scarlett did great.
I thought Scarlett did really good.
Then Le Grand Dame and Tia, they did the quick step. And I think what saved them, they were clearly the worst of the three, but they were the most entertaining.
They're
of the
entertaining.
three. I'm
yeah.
sorry. I wanted to see those
Sometimes you
two
don't
stiff
have
as a
to
board
be-
mannequins try and quick step. They just hopped. They hopped around the stage.
Did you ever watch
I
So
was
You Think
entertained.
You Can Dance?
I watched the first season, yeah.
I really liked that show.
Yeah,
early
I
on.
did.
Yeah.
Neat. Let's go ahead and head over to Business in the front, Party in the back. We'll start with Marina Summers. I simply adored this because we have this gorgeous pterodactyl Miranda Priestley moment, and then she turns around and she has an
it's
actual karaoke like machine on her back.
That's so cool.
With one of Ru's songs playing. If you have TikTok, you have seen in the Philippines, everyone can sing. I don't mean to stereotype,
Yeah.
but it's true.
It's true.
The best singers in the world live in the Philippines. They have karaoke machines everywhere. They have them in the mall. You're just walking through the mall, you're just looking at shoes, maybe, perhaps a top, and then suddenly you hear Whitney Houston singing, and it sounds like Whitney Houston, but it's not. It's a 13-year-old child.
Yeah.
God, they're so fucking talented.
Yeah.
The people who can't sing. The people who can't sing, they suck. I just love that she brought in another element of like Philippine culture. What?
Just the people who can sing good are amazing. The people who can't sing good, they suck. I thought that was funny.
It's true. I
Yeah.
stand by it. Karaoke ally.
I thought Marina looked incredible,
great.
and I loved when she asked Ru if she wanted to sing her song, and Ru said, "Not without autotune," and I love that.
Listen, know your abilities.
Know your strengths. I know your words.
Then we had Hannah. Hannah, I love you. I do. I hated this. I hated this so much.
She was a business cat. What's not to get?
That fabric in general it just looks so cheap. And then it looked like she just tacked things onto her back.
Okay, so I see.
I love
once
her
again,
silly, campy head.
I see once again that I have to explain to you on behalf of Hannah, because I know things about Australia because Jennifer Lopez. So what's happened is when she made this costume, right, she did it in the Australian sun, which is like so bright, and it made it, Jennifer Lopez, look like just regular fabric. But then when she brought it from down under to up Big
over.
Ben,
Down under, up over.
Big Ben,
Yeah.
the sun, it was dark, foggy, a foggy day in London town, and then it was crazy looking.
I'm so sorry. You're absolutely right. I should not have judged her so harshly. You know what? I love it. Hannah wins the episode. No, I hate this, but I love her.
The idea is fun. Cats,
idea's
mice
fun.
will play.
Yeah.
While the cat's away on business.
What?
While the cat's away on business, the mice will play.
Well, where's her business suitcase? Briefcase is what they
She's
call it.
selling
in the
extra
biz.
lives, maybe.
Doesn't she need a briefcase full of lives?
Well, you don't. Maybe cats don't need briefcases, attaches.
I do it myself, but I hate when people post pictures like in memoriams of their pets because I find that so sad. I mean, I've done it as well, and I love when people comment and I get attention, but I hate when other people do it. Don't do it.
Yeah, and you know what I hate?
yourself. Then we had Scarlett.
Obsessed. She did Barbara's Oscars outfit.
Babs.
I'm obsessed.
Yeah.
I thought this was so beautiful.
Business in the front. So I guess her business is going to the Oscars.
Kept saying,
That's
no, she kept saying
what?
The business of Hollywood, the show business. So she was show business in the front.
And then full hole in the back.
Yeah.
Then we had Teresa doing another devil look. It seems to be her theme this season.
She also did butt out.
When she turned around to show her butt out, the judges kind of went silent. Did you notice that? Everyone was so underwhelmed by it. Like, oh, the devil's wearing a G-string. Okay. They just all kind of went, oh. I like that she tried this character of, like, devil. Because, listen, I love devil. She does incredible things. But I just think by this point, everyone's like, okay. She looks great, though. I love the hair. I could see you in something like this. Then we had La Grande Dame. Now, she did a wedding dress where she looked incredible.
Oh, yeah.
And then she turns around and the party in the back is guns.
Kill Bill.
Now, I have to say, as an American, I loved it. You don't have freedom until you have gun. And I've always said it.
Drag kings, not on this show.
Pow,
guns,
pow, pow.
please.
Guns, fine.
Please.
You have to let go of your Indonesia. You're better than this. I will say this. Can I say this? She is going to have like a public conversation with like Tenderoni and Lantern Cider.
She is?
Yeah. They announced it today. So like, good for you. But also that was kind of funny. Like seeing her eat it so hard.
Even the gowns she brought to her All-Star season look like bodysuits.
Yeah. I really didn't quite get the party part, but I did like how she said, I'm a bride and I'm going to get everything I want out of this wedding because I have a gun. And I have to say, if you're not from the United States, that's pretty funny.
Yeah,
if you're from the United States, that's Tuesday. And then finally we had Tia. She was Saint Sebastian.
Oh, yes. And now Saint Sebastian was...
let's hear it.
So famous. Everyone knows that Ariel got her legs and she got to marry the prince and got baby and such.
Right.
No one knows that after the spell was broken or whatever, so she wasn't fish anymore, Sebastian became a really hot guy. And he said, I've seen some things.
Yeah.
So I'm going to go around preaching the word about, like, the environment and, like, what's under the sea. And, like, at that point in time, because Little Mermaid happens around, like, the, 1700s?
You're doing great.
The 70s.
You're doing great.
And there wasn't a lot of, like, Coke cans and Coke can rings. You're supposed to cut them, but not everyone does that.
Right.
So Sebastian went around talking about, like, look out, you guys, it's coming. Those Coke cans and those Coke can rings are coming, and not everyone's going to cut those rings. And everyone's like, oh, you're such a saint. Oh, and then he fell, and he hurt his back.
He fell on a bunch of arrows?
So that's part of it.
Yeah.
There was a bunch of arrows in the sand.
That's where they had to store them.
They were storing them arrow up, sort of points up, just like me.
You don't know if you're going to have to use it. I'm sorry, you said your nipples point up?
Yeah.
Something changed recently? Okay, can I tell you what I heard? I don't know what his whole deal was, but it was about Jesus or whatever. And he got shot with arrows. They were like trying to kill him, so he got tied to a pole and got shot with arrows, which was the first BDSM movement.
In his back?
And everywhere. And everywhere.
Oh, the arrows were in her back, but they were in Sebastian's all over.
So she said, business in the front, party in the back. I'm going to do the way that he was killed as the party. I don't fully understand the interpretation, but I do think getting shot with arrows is kind of funny sometimes, especially if you fell into them. But he didn't die. Okay.
Oh, he didn't die. No, I knew that.
He lived.
Yeah, no,
and
I knew
someone nursed him back to health, and so it was like a miraculous thing that he didn't die. So then he went to a town to like, I don't know, was it like to tell his story or to like help them, tell them what they're doing wrong. I don't fucking know. He was being a churchy person, so he's probably not minding his business. Anyway, and then he got beaten to death.
Oh, yeah.
So the winners of this week's challenge is going to have to be Hannah and Marina.
It's Hannah and Marina.
So well deserved. Well deserved.
They killed it.
Unfortunately, the bottom two are Teresa and Scarlett. Now, I see what you're doing here.
Yeah.
World of Wonder. I see what you're doing here. And I agree. Le Grand Dame and Tia should remain. So I understand why you didn't put them in the bottom. And I'm even on board with you saying it's because they were funny. I buy that. Yeah. I just hated to see Scarlett down there.
I hated to see Scarlett down there. Fair. However, it was very interesting to me when they were talking because they were like, well, we know that Scarlett is not going to really fight fair the whole time because she told us that. And now she's pretend amnesia.
Have you ever known anyone with Indonesia?
No.
You need to get out more.
Oh, no, I liked how it brought up, like, Scarlett, is she trustable? Should we take this opportunity to get out a strong player, a competitive player? Because she did tell everyone she was not going to fight fair.
She shouldn't have said that out loud, but I would have done the exact same thing.
If that was the traders, they would have voted her out.
We were playing like a Jackbox game when my brother was here, and it was me, my brother, and Alexis. And basically it was, if everyone says no to the points, everyone lives.
Okay, because it was a game about murder.
But if someone...
No, it said if everyone says yes to all the money, then no one gets it. But if everyone says no, we all live. That's what it said.
Right. So my brother and I, because it's a game and it's not real life, we both took the money. And guess who was like, I'm loyal. I didn't want you to die in this game on our phone.
But all three of us could have lived.
Yeah, I didn't want that to happen. The game had to end eventually.
And
it did, and I won.
Hey.
What?
Blue, can I see you back here?
Pink, blue, trans.
Thank you. No, you're not being a good ally when you kill me out of a game. That's transphobic.
I didn't kill you because you were trans, okay? I killed you because we're all equal. I view you as an equal, even though God put you in the wrong body. Can I see back here? I'm really sorry about that. Then I gotta say, we get a lip sync with Marina and Hannah, and I thought Hannah did great.
Bitch. Hannah held her own, but I gotta say, I saw this lip sync on TikTok before I watched the episode. Marina and this song specifically, this lip sync, incredible.
Well, every lip sync, yeah.
Incredible.
Marina is a whole other level of drag that no one in this cast can touch. No one.
Yeah.
I also love that she knows she's such a good lip syncer. She knows that she's going to win it. That she kept bringing Hannah into it.
I love that they brought their little dance. I love it when they do that.
Yeah.
I love it when they make it.
It seemed like Marina was trying to bring her into it.
Because lip syncs everywhere else except for Drag Race are joyous and fun. They're not like heart pounding.
That's not true.
They're supposed to be. You're supposed to have fun.
Oh.
Watching
I've been doing it wrong. So Marina does win.
If you haven't watched Drag Race Philippines, you know I don't like watching this show.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I really enjoy Drag Race Philippines. And if you haven't watched it, and if you want to take a chance on a different franchise other than America, you need to start there.
The talent is incredible. I do want to warn you ahead of time, the production is not as good.
Well, it's season 1 production, and they get better in season 2.
Sort of. The host gets a little worse in season 2. But anyway, it's worth it.
But it's so worth it.
Keep it to it. You will love them.
Yeah, keep it to it.
Keep it to it, baby.
Keep it to it.
All right, so Marina wins. She sends Teresa home.
Yeah.
And I love when she pulls out Teresa's lipstick and Teresa goes, "What?" Follow Teresa on Twitter, okay? She's so funny. Anyway, so we say goodbye.
We love Teresa.
Goodbye.
But it was our time. We love Teresa.
I love saying goodbye.
She was cooked. That sausage was cooked.
I bet you're the first person to ever say that. I don't know how you do it.
Well, if you want to see how we do it, you can click the like or the subscribe and comment below.
That was great. Also, we're on Patreon, so if you want to hear all the stuff we were gonna say about Naysha, go. I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. Go to patreon.com/IMHOtheSHOW.
And we're also on Cameo. You can get a Cameo. You can get, I'm back on Cameo in full force.
Me too.
So we can,
And she's leaving her job this week, and so she needs money. So everyone get a Cameo from Alexis.
Yeah.
And if you get one from me, she won't see a dime of it.
Thank you. But you know what I will see a dime of? We have Shamios.
Go to IMHOtheSHOW.com for that, and they're funny. Jump scare. Bet you thought you'd never see me again. Thank you again to Drift for sponsoring today's video. And y'all, use the link below. Your car smells weird. And finally, all of our merch is at dragqueenmerch.com.
We'll see you next week. Merch. Ooh. oohyeah.com.
Goodbye. I need to warm up before I do that.
Darby.
Yeah.
You okay?
Mm-hmm.
You relieved to have company gone, but happy to have had them here.
Yes.
Yeah.
Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm good. I am. I'm about to start a new chapter of my life. I feel like I'm doing really well as far as like being a single homeowner. And I had a lot of fun. You know, Rachel and I, friend of the pod, Rachel, who's been on the show before, doing our charts. Rachel and I had a really nice afternoon before we came over for game night.
I'm so happy.
Yeah.
Grant was asking, like, how we knew Rachel, and I was like, I gotta be honest, it was really just, they were friends with Chan, we moved out here, and we didn't know anyone.
She moved out here, and she didn't know anyone. And she was sick of Curtis.
Well, you also didn't know anyone.
But in the month between before I moved here.
And Rachel had been here for a year, and I was like, well, let's chat. Rachel's like 10 years younger than us, so I was like, there's no way that they're going to want to hang out with us oldies. But we get along so well. They're so nice. They're so funny. Everyone follow Rachel Rellman. I'm just obsessed with
Rachel
them.
Rell, I think.
Rachel Rell, yes. I had a wonderful time with my brother. It was so, what is it called when you have, commitment, what is it called?
It filled your spirit a little bit, maybe, to have a family member there and not worry about, like, does he hate me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, like, this is the first time I've ever hung out with a family member, and I knew
it completely
and totally they accept me and they love me. Like, that is the first, I'm 39 years old, and that is the first time that's ever happened. It was just a really cathartic, beautiful thing. And I learned that my mom, I guess they bought a house last year or something. She's also doing this thing where she's putting money away and then like her business is going to double it. And anyway, I heard that she made me and my brother and sister the beneficiary and not, I mean, my dad should be dead like yesterday anyway. But even if I'm not talking to her,
you still get some money.
I'm gonna make some money when that bitch goes.
Hey.
I'm just kidding. I'm not that callous. About my dad, I am. I am. But that was really good news.
Yeah.
Grant and I had a talk, and we were like, we will get her into therapy. And by we, I mean he will. And I will just kind of idly wait by. Give her a couple years in therapy, see what happens.
Yeah.
Anyway, how are you? You okay?
I already said, I'm excited to start my new chapter.
I'm excited because you're heading into this chapter financially responsible. Now, that will only last for about 2 weeks.
Here's the thing. I definitely need to borrow some money. And I know you mentioned maybe giving me a little bit of a raise, and maybe it could be in advance.
I truly was like, I felt like I was doing something for a lesser fortunate soul. I was like, you know what? I'm going to take part of my pay because I'm a really good person. I'm going to give it to this poor person. This person that has very little happiness in their life.
Yeah.
And so I tell you this while we were doing podcast. I told you this, expecting her to burst into tears, to start singing hymns.
I was shocked, honestly.
She went, oh, okay.
I said, no, well, we could talk about that.
I'm kidding. No, I mean, I did expect you to start crying and farting, but you didn't. But no, I'm very serious about the raise. If this is gonna become your full-time job and you're going to do stuff, wink, wink.
Did you just graze my nipple?
Yes. No, but like I'm excited to have this be a full-time thing again, and I want you to succeed.
Well, and I'm better set up now.
You are.
I'm better set up because I don't have
a care in the world.
I don't have a care in the world. And I don't have a Karen at work telling me what to do and
your aunt's name is Brenda. Now you know that. That's gotta feel good.
It's fun because her husband, my Uncle Darby, he had colon cancer.
Hot.
He had a colon cancer scare.
Sure.
And I said, well, he's been married to Brenda for years, so he knows what it's like having a pain in the ass. And my mom just laughed and laughed.
Sometimes you say things, and I'm like, yeah, I can see your age in that.
Oh, come on!
Such like an older aunt thing to say. She's got a pain in the ass for years. What I've always said about Karen. I mean, Brenda. Yeah. All right, we'll see you next week. Get your colon checked. We love you. Bye.
Or was it Kathy? No, there's two Kathys.
Your Uncle Darby is married to your Aunt Brenda.
Oh, her middle name's Oliver.
I know this. Love that, first of all. I know this because when my Aunt Brenda died, you kept reminding me that your Aunt Brenda was alive. And you said it a lot. Like a lot.
What I couldn't remember is if I have 2 Aunt Brendas or 2 Aunt Kathys. And it's 2 Aunt Kathys. But I
I have no Aunt Brendas anymore.
I'll be your Aunt Brenda.
She gave me money. Yeah. Oh, did I cut you? I'm so sorry. Did I cut you?
I'm taking your money now, bitch!
Oh, no. I did it on film. Oh, I can edit this out. Should I pull a dipper and leave it in?
Ooh.
Okay.